Coming to you live from the Cowboys headquarters in Frisco. Deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night.
Wow, dramatic much?
Why are you getting in the way of my intro?
You mean our intro? We're your hosts. I'm Kelsey Charles.
And I'm David Hellman.
Okay, let's just start this show now. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Star at Night. Dave, it feels pretty good to be coming here to you guys today, sitting atop the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys 3-1, and a nice little performance coming out of that game day, if I do say so myself.
I never in my life, when I was recording that intro, thought that I would actually feel as excited as I did there.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, this isn't me. I'm not excited.
Yeah.
Guess I didn't know the Cowboys would be 3-1 a month into the season after whipping multiple people's butts, most recently the Carolina Panthers.
Who would have thought? And I have to say, I feel like Dan Quinn's defense was a big reason why this team was able to pull out that win. 2 interceptions and 5 quarterback sacks. I mean, talk to me, Dave. This is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, anytime you get 5 sacks in the NFL, it's fantastic. But they're making do with a crazy depleted roster right now. They haven't had DeMarcus Lawrence. They got Micah Parsons playing in. They've got guys out. Dorrance Armstrong's out with an ankle right now, and they're just piecing it together. I said on Sunday it was like they pieced it together with duct tape.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Well, one thing that wasn't pieced together was the run game. And can we go ahead and put to rest any sort of conversation about Ezekiel Elliott not being at the level that he was previously before? Because the man was carrying the rock this past week, 20 carries. He had over 100 yards. And also, a nice little touchdown to put the cherry on top.
That looked like 2016 Zeke. And I think it's fair if people want to say it looked like that guy was missing for a couple of years, especially last year when everybody was hurt. But, man, the way that he punished Carolina on Sunday. Had a 47-yard run, by the way, which Kels was his longest run since his rookie season.
Wow.
So you're not imagining if you think you haven't seen a run like that in a while. But, hey, he picked a hell of a time to bust it back out. He looks like he's 22 all over again.
Another narrative I am so ready to put to rest is anything regarding Dak Prescott's play, number 21's bestie. I mean, everyone says, well, you know, he hasn't been fully back because he can't run the ball. Looks like he's doing a good job of that, too. Dual threat. If I might add, 188 passing yards, 35 rushing yards, and 4 touchdowns. Come on, man.
I just love, like, we've seen that the guy's capable of putting the team on his back. Tampa Bay, week 1, was all Dak, 58 pass attempts, keeping them in it single-handedly. But it's so much fun when he doesn't have to be that guy. He can give it to Zeke. He can give it to Tony Pollard. Dalton Schultz continues to have this amazing year. 3 touchdowns on the season. Who the heck saw that coming?
No one.
Cedric Wilson stepping in and doing his little spin move. It's just fun to see Dak. All he has to do is make the smart play. And that's the way they want to play. Like I said, he can be Superman, but it's really fun when he doesn't have to be.
All right, well, those are a few of the narratives that are from this game, but we want to talk about some more narratives with you all in this next segment. We're got
getting hyped.
Digging it or denying it coming up next.
Cowboys Star at Night is brought to you by Academy Sports & Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, AT&T, and by Favor, the official on-demand food delivery partner of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by the Dallas Morning News. Nobody does sports like Sports Day. Your home for complete Dallas Cowboys coverage.
All right, Dave, we will spare everyone from our horrendous dancing moves.
I'm not sparing anybody. I'm going to keep. It's a vibe, baby. 3-1.
Yeah.
We're not taking wins for granted. I'm going to keep saying it. I had to do this show every week last year. As long as they're winning, I'll keep this going the whole damn time.
Okay, well, while Dave entertains himself over here, Dave, there's a lot of takes going around the internet right now, and I got to get your hot take on a few of these. So we're going to play a game of digging it or denying it. Digging it means you're buying it. Denying it means, yeah, no, I'm out the door on that one,
I wonder why we chose dig as the word.
I don't know. Producer Caden. Okay, up first, let's talk about Trevon Diggs
Can
for
we?
a minute, because again, we know he's playing lights out. So are you digging or denying the concept of him being Defensive Player of the Year?
I wish I was on a one-shot right now so I could look the camera dead in the eye and say, Trevon Diggs, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm going to stop doubting him. I don't know if he's going to get a pick every week, but guess what? He's already got a Pro Bowl caliber resume. 5 picks on the year? You'd be lucky to get 5 or 6 in a season. All he's got to do is play solid the rest of the way, and he will be in that conversation. I am digging it.
I am here for it as well. All right, Dave, it has been 365 days since our leader, number 4, the man, Dakota Prescott himself, went down, unfortunately, against the New York Football Giants in the game that we will not be discussing ever again. But is this revenge-style game going to be Dak's best one yet?
I hesitate about revenge. Like, I don't know. It's not the Giants' fault that happened, you know? But it is eerie as hell that he's playing them at AT&T 364 days after the fact. I think he's going to ball out. Yes, I'm digging it. He's on another level. I don't think the Giants are very good, by the way. And, yeah, the run game's been dominating for 3 weeks. It's time to open up the pass. I say yes.
Okay, all right. So Micah Parsons, let's stay on the defense here for a minute. We talked about Trevon. Let's talk about Micah. What about rookie Defensive Player of the Year?
Digging it. All right, who's going to beat him?
All the hardware.
Who's going to beat him? The guy's leading the team in sacks. He plays 2 positions. He plays for America's team. He's going to be on TV every week. He's already becoming a household name if he wasn't when he got drafted. I feel like a homer, but I'm digging it.
All right, so you talked about how Zeke was looking like an older version of himself, an older being like a 2016 version. So will the Cowboys beat the 2014 versions of themselves where they can break a franchise record for most points this season? That record is 467.
Why bother tampering it at this point? Hell yeah. They should have had a 40-burger last week. They had a 40-burger the week before. It's not always going to look that easy. There's some tough teams coming up on the schedule. But yeah, this offense is going to be hard to slow down. I'm digging it. Wing that thing around. Team 40-burger for life.
Let's go. Dave Hellman predicted the Cowboys will be eating good this week. And you know what?
I feel uncomfy about how optimistic I
know.
feel right
I am
now.
buying what you're selling. So let's go ahead and dig into this a little bit more. We've got Pro Bowler Terence Newman joining us next.
This segment was brought to you by the Dallas Morning News. Nobody does sports like Sports Day. Your home for complete Dallas Cowboys coverage. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports + Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back to the Star at Night. And Kels, we keep timing these guests perfectly.
I know.
Because when you have a cornerback who is taking the ball away like Trevon Diggs, what better time to get another Cowboys cornerback who takes the ball away?
Y'all are welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the great Terence Newman on the show today. Terence, thank you so much for joining us, man. Good to see you.
Hey, thank you for having me, and glad to be on. Talk about a little kleptomaniacs over here, taking the ball away.
Absolutely.
Sticky fingers.
Perfectly said. We were talking about it before we came on. 42 career interceptions, 32 with the Cowboys, so you know a couple things about getting the ball yourself. I'm curious. I went and looked at your game logs. Going back to the 2007 season, you had a nice little run yourself where you got a pick in 3 straight games. Obviously, Trevon has 5 in 4. I'm just curious, in your experience, how much does confidence and kind of getting on a roll like that play into being able to see that and make those types of plays on a consistent basis?
I think being confident as a defensive back, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. You have to obviously be a very cerebral player, but, you know, you've got to have confidence. You have to have a different type of swag to play that position. I mean, the receivers are getting bigger, faster, stronger, you know, and the short guys are super quick. If you don't have any confidence, you might as well not even line up on Sunday, because you know the ball is coming your way. What he's done this far in 4 games is pretty dang impressive, and it's definitely been cool for me to see.
So I want to dive into that a little bit more because you did just mention something that Dave and I were talking about before the show started, and that's how this league has changed and the expectations of the defense because of that. I mean, you're seeing a lot more of the spread offense now and then a little bit more transitioning away from just the heavy running game. So it feels like there's a lot more pressure on the secondary to step up. So can you talk about, again, the difference in expectations for maybe when you played versus now when a guy like Diggs is out there and it feels like the weight of the world's on his shoulders?
Yeah, I mean, technically though, you got to have confidence and you have to be a dang good athlete to play corner. But if you don't have some guys rushing the quarterback, getting them off their spots and making them a little uncomfortable, then I mean, it's going to be tough for you to get 5 picks in 4 games. Obviously, some of the picks that he's gotten in the last 4 games have been absolutely spectacular, and literally it's just an effort play. But some of the picks he's gotten. Obviously, you have to give a little bit of credit to the defensive line. But, yeah, the game has changed tremendously since when I came in 2003. It was more of a running league at that point, and you used to run the ball to throw the ball. But now, I mean, obviously, the 3 wide sets are prevalent, and, you just have to be ready for, anything at any point in time. I was able to go to the game last night and watch the Chargers and Raiders play. I mean, they're pulling out flea flickers and I mean all types of trick plays. You saw that on Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
The game is definitely it's a different game for the secondary for sure.
I'm curious, and maybe this is a little bit elementary. Thinking back, you were a fantastic college player. If you're the man in college, it can be as simple as the opponent just not throwing at you anymore. Is that possible in the NFL? Like, is a guy like Trevon Diggs playing well enough in the NFL? Like, can you get away with ignoring a guy's half of the field at this level of football?
You can, but there's going to be some situations where he's matched up against bigger, stronger, receivers, or maybe a short guy that's quick, and teams are going to definitely try him. It just depends on the matchup. Obviously, if you're an offense and you think that your wideout is better than their DB, I mean, you're going to try him. And obviously, if you're going through a game and you're not getting a lot of action your way, some people get complacent, and that's when you can take advantage as an offense. But I don't see that happening with Diggs. He's playing tremendous, and if quarterbacks do avoid throwing his way, I mean, it's deservedly so. He's got 5 picks in 4 games.
Yeah. It is really impressive. And kind of to build off of that, I guess I wanted to ask you, because I think I'm seeing a trend. You're a draft nerd, Dave. A lot of these guys who are younger skill players coming out of high school and college, they're actually transitioning into this secondary position. That was something that Diggs himself did. Obviously, we know his brother is pretty good at what he does as well. So I'd love to kind of get your thoughts on, A, have you seen that yourself, and do you feel like that's really helping these guys play better in this role that's so intricate and so built on footwork? And then B, what truly is the upside for a guy like Diggs who is just playing out of his mind right now in the secondary?
The upside part, I mean, obviously, no matter what position you play, you want to be the best at your position. You want to have that notoriety. You want your name out there. You want to make Pro Bowls and be all pro. But with that, at the same time, everybody has a common goal, and that's to make the playoffs ultimately, and then win a Super Bowl. So if he continues on this ascent that he's on right now, he's doing his part for sure. You got to get everybody to feed off around that and kind of become motivated and get ready to make a heck of a push and set yourself up for the playoffs. But in terms of like the position stuff, playing wide out and then be able to transition to DB, I think because you played wide out, you might understand how receivers think a little bit different. You get to the top of a route, and some guys will just sit there and wait for them, while others go and attack the ball because be closing ground and have a chance to come get a pick. So I think it's beneficial to have played both positions. Obviously, you just have a better understanding of not only just route combinations, but also how teams try to attack you.
Real quick before we let you go, Terence, you made the 41 look so cool in Dallas. I respect it, but
Hey, I didn't make it look cool. I made that look sweet. Give me my
Zach,
credit.
okay,
now.
perfectly
Give
said.
me my love.
I am curious though. Like, no disrespect to the 41 at all, but I hear a lot of the OG, like older generation guys talk about how they wish this rule change had been in effect when they played. So if it was, would you have stuck with 41, or would you have like tried to rock with a smaller one like Diggs is doing?
Hell no, I wouldn't have wore 41. Hell no. You know how sweet the single digit looks though in a DB?
It does look good.
Like the single digit is like that's where it's at. I'm actually mad that I couldn't have lasted 3 more years just so I could wear a single digit. But there is no way I would have wore 41. And I'll tell you a story. I was actually supposed to wear 21.
Oh.
And Derek was buying 21 when I was before I even got to Dallas. So they had told me, hey, you're going to wear 21. And of course you want to wear the number that Prime had wore. But it just so happened that, I got 41 and, I made it work. I started to see a couple other 41s at some time, like Captain Munderland and Frank Walker. There's several other guys, Anton, but they, 41 as a corner, I mean, it's a little different, but yeah, we made it work.
You did more than make it work. You made it look sweet, like you said. And thank you for the sweet interview, Terence Newman. Kelsey and I will be right back to preview this Week 5 game against the Giants.
Thank you guys for having me.
This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back to the Star at Night, the only show where we get you ready for Cowboys Giants by showing you how much we don't know about it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's what we do here. We had producer Caden serve us up some questions, so we're going to play Cowboys versus Giants. Hopefully we do well, but I would be surprised if we do, because I don't know the answer to this. Which team has won more NFC East titles? I'm going to guess it's Cowboys, just because if you think about the 70s and 80s, obviously the 90s, the Cowboys have just been a good team more often than the Giants. I know the Giants have won 4 Super Bowls. Consistency is key, though. I think it's Cowboys.
I'm going to go Cowboys, too. I had to go back and think into the historicals as well, and I think that your logic is right. So I'm Team Cowboys on this one.
Show me. Oh,
Let's
it's not even close. It's not even close. The Giants, really remarkable consistency. 4 Super Bowls with just 8 division titles. That's amazing.
Amazing.
All right, come on, producer Caden. Let's go. Which running back has the which running back has better yards per carry average, Ezekiel Elliott or Saquon Barkley?
Give me Saquon.
I think you got to go with Saquon when he's on the field, which is nowhere near as often as Zeke.
Correct, which probably also helps this average a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's body of work versus big play ability. When he's healthy, I'm going to guess Saquon. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. Show us. Let's go.
Oh,
hey!
Look at us!
We do know stuff.
High five.
We sold ourselves too short. All right, let's keep
smart.
this train rolling. We're smarter than the average bear.
Oh, I can't. Literally.
Which player has won more head-to-head matchups, Tony Romo or Eli Manning? Cowboy fans, cover your ears. Look, Tony Romo ended his career in hot fashion. You think about the 2014 season. He led them back from that deficit to start the 2015 season. But there was a stretch of time where the Cowboys couldn't find anything to do with Eli Manning. He beat them every year for what felt like 6 or 7 years. I'm saying Eli. I think Eli's got the better number here.
Nah, I'm going Tony Romo. It was one of my favorite things ever, opening up the season with a dub against a little bit of a Manning face moment. So give me Romo all day.
All right, show me.
Let's go!
Oh, wow. Damn. Okay.
Why are you doubting Tony like that?
Hey, Super Bowls, baby. Super
Man,
Bowls. Show me the
listen.
next one. Which player has more career sacks, DeMarcus Ware or Michael Strahan? Michael Strahan, Hall of Famer. DeMarcus Ware, soon to be Hall of Famer.
Yeah, come on. This is tough.
It is tough. I mean, DeMarcus Ware's up there in the top 10, man. I mean, he belongs there in the Hall of Fame. That's why he's going to be first ballot, in my opinion. Strahan has like the single season record, though. It's got to be Michael Strahan.
I'm kind of with you. I'm going to go Stray on this one, too.
I think it's Stray. Show me.
Oh, look at
By
we're
a
smart.
Pretty significant margin. Give me another high five. I wish we were on camera to show people how smart we think we are. Hey, turns out we're pretty good at this.
I'm so proud of us.
That's why we have a TV show. Good job.
Here's the big bucks.
Stick with us. We got some more stuff coming up. We'll be right back after this.
Cowboys Star at Night was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. AT&T. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
Win, win. All I do is win, win, win. All I do is win. You can't take me down, 'cause I'm gonna win.
See, when you lose, we have to answer questions about who's getting benched and fired and why they can't do anything right. And when you win, you get cell phone videos of people dancing in the club. It's just fun to win, Kels.
Is this how you do it? Is
No,
this cool?
dear God, no. Please don't do that
totally fine.
anymore. But look, we want more of that, right? We're here for
Of that, not this.
No. You stay stationary as much as you can. Don't do that anymore. But we want Cowboy fans having fun. We want y'all to be part of this. Next time they win, which will be Sunday,
Yes,
if I had to guess,
obviously.
we want y'all tweeting at us, at HellmanDC, excuse me,
Kelsey _Charles.
_Charles. I messed that up. I don't care. I don't care about
This
her
guy.
anymore. Look, tweet us your funny videos, tweet us your stuff. We will put you on the show. Until then, we'll be back with more Star at Night next time. Thanks for joining us.